I keep finding myself talking about the Los Angeles Clippers and how they failed experiment of Kawhi Leonard, Paul George. Just it just has never planned out the way people thought it would. When I watch Paul George and I look at Paul George's game, I see a guy that still has a lot left in the tank that I believe he still can lead his own team. I don't think he necessarily needs to have some super team put together like a James Harden, like Kawhi Leonard when he's healthy, Russell Westbrook, so on and so forth. I think this is a guy that could win, you know, with the team of, I guess, capable players around him, if you will. Um, but this isn't about Paul George. This is more so about Steve Ballmer and the Los Angeles Clippers attempt to bring a championship to Los Angeles. It just has not played out the way the Clippers fans expected. Kawhi Leonard's body seems to be breaking down as we can, as we see it over time and time again. And you got to wonder, are these guys kicking themselves a little bit? They had a guy who is a bona fide star by the league standards in Shea Gilgeous-Alexander doing a wonderful job with the Oklahoma City Thunder and bringing that team to be real competitive and might even challenge for a championship this year. And then you have a team with so many stars. It's all predicated on these guys being able to stay healthy, but you have the team with all these stars on it, and it just has not meshed well. It's not gelled well. Even when they are all on the court together, it doesn't look fluid. Which brings me to believe that this experiment between Kawhi Leonard, Paul George is probably done. It's probably over with. And I think you could point to a myriad of reasons, whether that be Kawhi Leonard's inability to stay healthy, Paul George's inability at points to stay healthy, um, the lack of, consistent bench help, if you will. Although I think that their bench depth is pretty good right now as it stands with Russell Westbrook, Norman Powell. Um, I just think when you look at it, though, um, I think these guys are getting older at this point. I don't know if they can show us anything that we haven't seen already. And you look at it like this way, they're older, so these 7-game series doesn't really favor them, right? Even you notice on the back to back, I think the Clippers had a negative record when they played back to back games is because their legs just couldn't keep up with some of the young guns of the NBA anymore. So, obviously there's been chatter about the Los Angeles Lakers having interest in Ty Lue, who I believe is one of the best coaches inside the entire NBA. And I think that what he's been able to do with the lack of consistent, of his starting five out there, it needs to be praised. It needs to be highlighted because I don't think a lot of coaches would have been able to make a lot of um, good things happen for their team with star players in and out of the lineup. That being said, this sucks for the Clippers in their ownership group because they're about to unveil a new stadium. This is the team that was really, really pumped up. I thought one of their best teams was the team when they had uh, Pat Beverly, Montrezl Harrell. That team was just gritty. That team was just ready to prove all the naysayers, the doubters wrong. And obviously, the COVID season happened, which kind of hurt things. But all in all, I think that the Los Angeles Clippers, Kawhi Leonard, Paul George era has sort of run its course. And I'm very curious to see what happens next, where Paul George will end up. We know Kawhi Leonard signed his extension. So I'm very curious to see what comes of the Los Angeles Clippers. Very curious to hear what you guys think too. You guys let me know in the comment section what's next for the Clippers. What's next for Paul George? What would you like to see the Clippers do next to remain competitive in the loaded West? If you like more video content like this, give this video a like, subscribe to the YouTube channel, turn on post notifications so you guys don't miss when we go live or upload content from the First Star Logistics Studio.